Y'all came out with guns blazing, like pew pew pew. What in the Sam's hell is going on? Teen Mom 2 is back and whoa. Like, first off, okay, MTV production, y'all came out with guns blazing. Like, pew pew pew. Y'all came out with guns blazing, season 11, episode 1. What is it? A mess is a mess? Or no, bless this mess. And boy, do these messes need to be blessings. Okay, y'all. All right, what's going on? It is your girl Ash. We're back here. Thank you for checking me out. Back here at Ashland, we're checking out this recap or doing this recap for Teen Mom 2. As I said, Teen Mom 2, episode 1 of season 11, and boom. I don't even know. No, I'm gonna do them in order based on how like each showed up. First off, look, hit that subscribe button because if you like recaps, especially if you like Teen Mom recaps, I'm going to be here for Teen Mom 2, Teen Mom OG, possibly Young and Pregnant. Maybe not Young and Pregnant. I'm not that person to do a recap for them. We'll see though. The reunion when they come back for the December reunion, I'm going to be here for. So you definitely want to hit that subscribe button as well if you just want to see what other recaps that I'll be doing. Okay, now back to the situation at hand. Clearly, because I automatically thought that this season was filmed. So basically, while we were watching Teen Mom, the family reunion, I felt like they were recording this season. No, this season was already done before they even did the family reunion. So it's kind of like we got the future in the family reunion, and then now we're getting to how they got up to this point, right? So, boom, Leo. We know Leah is dating Jalen from the family reunion if you did not watch it. But I got the recaps for that. So go ahead and binge that if you want to, okay? So Leah is dating Jalen, but clearly here, now it's showing that clearly they have not even been dating for that long or whatever. At least by the time they even got to family reunion, they had not been dating that long because she had just met him a couple of weeks ago from that day that she was recording at a concert. From there, she's going to a cookout and he's gonna be there. So she's with her sister, telling her sister, about him, whatever, whatever. And if really, this is a big deal for Leah. Like for one, let's even just get all into that because Leah has not dated anyone since Jeremy. And am I getting that right? I don't remember anyone coming into her life or her really talking about anyone, or at least if somebody did come around, it clearly look where that got. Clearly, it wasn't that serious. It didn't get nowhere. But it's raining outside, and that man is walking around just in a robe. Lord, that man really took me off my. Let's get back here. Let's get back here. We talking about Leah. We talking about Leah. She just met this guy. They met him together. Okay, yeah. So basically, it's a big deal that Leah is dating because Leah has not dated for so long, and Leah has her hands full. Okay, okay, everything is still the same as far as custody, whatever, whatever. Corey still gets the girls, as consistently as he was then, and we know Jeremy, he with his job out, he works, he's out of town for months at a time before he's able to be home and see baby sis. I love her. She is just the that little thing is so sassy. I love her to pieces. So Addie, yeah, Addie. So her sister is really okay, tell me about him. What is he like? Do you think that y'all vibe? Do y'all whatever? She wants all the details or whatever or whatnot of this guy. She's excited to see that her sister is stepping out there and that she's dated again. And honestly, I think that we're kind of here for it too. We want Leah happy. Leah has grown so much, has come to such a place of growth for herself, her well-being, and then what she takes on with twins plus a child, so 3 kids, and then on the fact of Allie having the having the muscular dystrophy. So it's like, come on, I'm here for it. But obviously, we want this to be right for her too, right? So they go into the cookout. He's gonna be at the cookout, and they go ahead and just like even the friends are like, Jalen said like he's here for you, like he wants to get to know you, and therefore they're pushing that. They're like, don't put any negativity on it. Like just be open, see how things go. Let's see how things are gonna roll. And they even get a chance to like her sister and a friend, really like start to like, give it grilling him as we would do, as friends, as sisters would do, we get in the tea, like so we find out that, I don't even know at the same time. I guess he knows people in West Virginia and he was there assuming the concert was in West Virginia. Either way, we know that Leah lives in West Virginia. He's presently in West Virginia from Charlotte, but he currently lives in Atlanta, Georgia. So, how long you gonna be here? Is you moving here to make this work? Like, obviously, that's maybe like a little bit too fast, but obviously, that's a conversation that's going to be had because that's automatically a long distance relationship. But seems to have like a good head on his shoulders. He has a job working for NASA. Like, sir, like off top from outside looking in, it looks like it could be an ideal situation. So I think that at the same time looking forward into the future and seeing what they're talking about on family reunion, it's seeming like somewhat like something's missing. And so I'm definitely like, all right, yeah, let's get into these episodes so we can kind of see how their relationship has progressed up to the point that we got to family reunion. And yeah, so like they officially exchange numbers, like whatever, and I'm here for it, Leah. That's just about it that we're gonna get into Kaylin. And if nothing else, I feel like bless this mess is for Kaylin because Kaylin got more going on than a little bit for me, and I be trying not to make my recaps biased, but I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be my recap if you didn't get my feeling, my opinion, and then of course, like y'all let me know like how y'all feel about my opinion, or about like just how y'all feel about it. Definitely drop me some comments about what y'all thought of this episode and what is to come. Who's your favorite Teen Mom from Teen Mom? To who's not your favorite? Who drives you crazy? Who you just wanted to get it together? Do you want like? Give me all the tea. Give me all your Teen Mom tea. So. Disclosure, I do not follow any of these teen moms on social media. I think even when it comes to Teen Mom OG, I follow Macy and I follow Cheyenne. And even then, I probably see Cheyenne stuff on my timeline. I barely feel like I see. I probably need to search her up and start liking some of her stuff so they can start showing me more of her content. But it's even just to say that I follow a lot of people, and at the same time, just now with the algorithm being what it is, like it's hard to see. I've been wanting to see certain people's content, and I don't, or whatever, or whatnot. So it's basically just to say that a lot of stuff that be going on with them that possibly could be on their social media, I don't be knowing about because I don't follow them. So when I'm seeing automatically Javi and Kaylin, apparently he's the football coach, she's the football mom or whatever or whatnot, and I'm looking at them like, what's going on with y'all? Like, how are you not with that girl no more? Like, cause like first off, you passing her a drink, like some type of energy drink that he's take, like for her to taste and like whatever. And I mean, I don't. I ain't trying to judge. I ain't trying to judge nothing. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Marcus, at least right now, is not out here handing me a drink, his drink to let me taste. For like, I, I don't know. I just okay, but apparently he's very well single, and she's clearly single. So I guess it's whatever or whatnot. So possibly could that, yeah, no, not even with Wallace have the time act like he don't be wanting to share with me, like he be like get your own or whatever. Even well, no, sometimes like he'll give me stuff, and then sometimes he'll like it's like a 50-50. So I guess it's just sometimes it just depends on what it is, what we doing, like whatever, if he got an attitude with me or not, like whatever. So looking at it, I'm like, either way, it's just to say that their dynamic is completely different. And so one of the producers like comes up and starts talking to her like, okay, clearly you and Javi are okay, like with co-parenting, whatever, whatever, whatever. Um, and yeah, so outside of them slightly being flirtatious, which she says was not on her part, it was on Javi's end. Whatever, Kaylin. But nonetheless, she's, remember last season she was building another new house. Whatever. I can't even be mad at her. Like, she got the bag. She got the bag. She. Exactly, because I'm over here hating because I'm trying to. Look, I ain't doing what she doing, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put it out there, or whatever, whatnot. Like, I ain't even gonna throw no shade. Like, let's be real. Like, she over here, I ain't got one house built yet. Okay, so and I'm older than her, so they be doing something right. She's doing something a little bit right. So that's going on, right? So basically, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. But okay, so she's moving. She got that stuff going on. I guess seems like honestly the only thing that's going good as far as like with the relationships and the co-parenting situations with her children's fathers is that Javi's, I guess her and Javi are okay, like in a good place. Joe, apparently her and Joe are still having like some type of issues or whatever or whatnot. It's kind of like after all this time, like I would have thought that's like, but I guess it just goes in phases. Like one minute, like they're good, next minute, like they're not, and then of course, Chris, which she doesn't even want to talk about at all, mind you, on this show. He's a non-factor. I don't want to talk about him. So she's like basically he is kind of like non-existent when it comes to the last two boys. Like he is not in their lives, I guess, so to speak, or whatnot. Or he's just a weekend dadder or whatever or whatnot. He just does the weekend. So that being said, also she's dealing with a lawsuit because she's suing Brianna. But I'm gonna just leave that right there because she don't really. Okay, no. Now this her view is that I'm tired of people talking about me and saying things that's not true. My thing is, okay, cool. Tabloids do it all the time. These nobodies do it all the time in your comments, in your DMs. Like, I know you get the backlash from regular normal people. And then, honestly, I'll be honest on my feelings. I feel like, unfortunately, Brianna is getting the brunt end of the deal, and it's easy for her to do it to Brianna because they already have a rough past, a rough history. Plain and simple. Brianna went and said some things. Now it's like now I'm fed up, and so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sue you for defamation of character. Like Helen for what? Like Helen, sit down, just sit all the way down, just sit down. Y'all agree to disagree? Say what you want, by all means, drop it in the comments. I ain't mad, but I'm sorry. As far as I'm concerned, Kaylin is doing a lot. She needs to sit down, and because it's Bree, go and sue these other people who've been talking mad back in your. But I get it. You don't sue them because they don't have a platform. They don't have a platform to demean your character on and speak lies about you on. So, like, but you're not out here suing tabloids for defamation of character when they spread lies. So let's be honest, all the stuff that be in the tabloids, the paparazzi, these magazines, so it don't always be true. But is you going to sue them? Is you suing your baby daddy? Like, and by baby daddy, I mean Chris. Like, that really teed me off. And so yes, I did get a good little kiki ha ha with Brianna when she was talking about it because it was like it was just like I thought like I think what it was her like her humbleness because it was just like yes I do Team Mom. No, it's not to say that I don't necessarily know, I haven't looked up or whatever or whatnot. Obviously some of these reality TV stars such as like Kim Kardashian, it seems like you can make possibly some nice bank in doing reality TV, and she at the same time she still works. So some of these other moms actually hold outside jobs like Jade, she does hair. I really don't even necessarily know what Brianna does on her outside job. Hey, now that she got to tell us, you know. I guess at the same time, just to keep a level of like those things two separate. I can only imagine like if everybody knew where she worked, and then like, oh, that would just be a mess. So it's just to say that it's no very well. It very well could be a choice because some of them are very well, but no, I don't even say it like that because some of them have took this show and this platform and have done other things. You know, Kaylin and her podcast. You know, Macy and Taylor, they have their T-shirt line. I remember Amber at one point she was doing like a makeup, and Caitlin and them they were having the kids clothing line. Like they found other ways and doubled into things, and as well if you know how to invest your money and you really if you have somebody what they call a financial person head of your money, there's definitely ways to to make the bank whatever. But either way, I'm over here counting her pockets, and I don't need to be counting her pockets because that ain't even what I'm supposed to be talking about right now. So it's just to say that she was just like being sued like this some rich bitch stuff, and now I feel like I'm a rich bitch because like it was just like I won't even this time. I was not like a person who, gets sued in lawsuits. And now, like, I feel like this is that level. And I wasn't that level. But now that I am, like, I am this level. Okay? I am leveling up. So, I'm gonna move on from Kaylin because I ain't trying to spew extra unnecessary hate on that girl. So, I'm just anxious. Like these previews for what this season is going to look like, and I'm dying to see how this lawsuit is going to come out. Like it's just childish. Like boom, let's jump to Jade, and we'll get back because we'll end up talking about it again when we talk about Brianna. Her and Sean are back into this circle, this merry-go-round, because that's what seems to happen. It's just revolving. It's just revolving. Same thing. Same thing. So he's halfway in. Halfway stays with her. Halfway stays with a friend to help with Chloe, I guess, so to speak. He's still not working. And that generally ends up being the basis of their situation and what they have going on. They're yet again sitting on that couch having this same conversation about her wanting him to be motivated, wanting him to be actively out looking for work, and feeling like he isn't, and him saying yes, he wants these things for himself, which I do believe that he does want these things for himself. But Corey, dang, Sean has other stuff going on that he needs to deal with, mainly that drug issue, and most likely that drug issue is coming from something is happening because of something else that he's not dealing with on the inside, and that's been going on with him or whatever and whatnot. So basically, she has work, she has to go to work, she has an appointment, and he decides that he's going to go and run and get him and I guess him and Chloe something to eat, whatever. Mind you, like I said, he is supposed to be looking for work. Her friend basically got him an interview at Costco, in which she later finds out that he didn't even go to the interview. And like outside looking in, Sean does seem a lot of unmotivated. He does not seem motivated to go out and want to do work, to want to do better for himself, even if that is what he wants. It just doesn't seem that. So he goes out, gets something to eat. Again, she has to be to work at 12:45. This was at 12. When they put that time stamp in the corner of what time he left, I knew. Like, you already knew. I said, he gonna be late. She gonna be late for work. He not gonna come back in time. And boom, that's exactly what happened. It's 12 after 12:45. Her client is there waiting for her, and of course, it's Jade's fault for why he wasn't there on time. Talk about, well, you shouldn't have called me after you were late. I told you from the get-go what time my appointment was. What do you mean I shouldn't have called you after I was late? Were you not bothering to pay attention to time? It's a shame that basically you're telling me that I have to babysit you to make sure that and do check-ins with you and do reminders with you to make sure that I have to get to work on time. even though I had already told you what time I had to be back to work. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Make that make sense, Sean. No, you wrong. And what else? He made another comment. He made another comment like what did he say? 'Cause it was the you should have called me before you were late. Oh yeah, and then you told me you told your client you were running behind anyway. So you use that as a reason to make me even later. Make that make sense. That doesn't justify or help or make it like okay, well it was okay for you to be later because I'm already running behind. If anything, she's already running late. She got to get to her client. Let me go ahead and get back home so that she can go ahead and get on about her way to go make this coin. Because you're not bringing in not one coin. You're not bringing in not one. But you're bringing a lot of issues and stress and problems. Okay? So, he get, like, they arguing back and forth. Whatever, whatever. He's like, I don't want to talk about it. She's like, no, we're going to talk about this when we get back. No, we're not. I don't want to talk to you. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about this. Boom, 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 boom. Fast forward, next thing she know, dude is like, all right, I'm going to rehab. And chucks the deuces and goes to Texas. Mind you, this is all complete news to her because it's coming out of nowhere and she didn't even know that he was possibly still struggling with the drugs. And in all honesty, while it may not seem like it because Sean just does not seem to be in the most responsible place right now, he very well could have realized like, yeah, if I don't do something different, if I don't do something right now, I'm going to be back where I was. And I'm going to be back using whatever, whatever, whatever. And if possibly that was the case, good for him. Good for him realizing that something was going to set off not a good way if he did not make the steps to do something and move differently. But it's needed. I'm not even I think I must even go on even more about that because this revolving door, this circle between them, ugh, like I don't even know. I just feel for Jade. I feel for Jade a lot because honestly, it seems like she just gets it on both ends between her mom and then her boyfriend. But I've said it like Jade is fixing her mom through her boyfriend. That pain and all that, she's trying to get that from her boyfriend. And I'm not going to say that because I don't know that they're not meant to be because of this issue, whatever. Because he could very well, get better and they can get to a good place with possibly some therapy, whatever, whatnot. Really, it could just all just come down to him just really fix, getting the help that he needs as far as his substance abuse or whatnot. But I feel like they need to part and be part. Easier said than done. I definitely get that, but I wish him the best because even in family reunion they talked about how he had went to Texas and he had just decided that he needed to go to rehab. So even then we didn't even get much as far as even outside of him being in rehab what was even going on with him. So ready to see what we're gonna get from them out of that, or at least like what's going to. I just hope he get better, plain and simple. I just hope he get better. So who next? As if y'all ain't blow my mind enough this episode, Brianna is engaged to Javi. What's the saying? What they say? Shut my mouth and shoot me in the foot, or something like whatever. Like what? What? They're engaged, right? And then of course she's hit with this lawsuit from Caitlyn. So first off, was anybody like that was fast? Or was that just me? Because, dang. Dang. And I think what really got me even more like, okay, what's really going on? And Brianna, you definitely need to speak up. Is the fact that it sounds as if she's saying okay, so boom. I'm not even gonna say. I'm gonna put out specifically what she says, and I'm gonna then put my little what my thoughts on that. So she basically felt like it was moving too fast, and she doesn't have that giddy excitedness that spark, that firework about being engaged, and she said yes because of the man he is. And where I get that is, and it doesn't include how he makes her feel. He's a good guy, work, great with the kids. Like, it's like I'm getting like everything that I want in a man, but I just don't there. But there's no spark between them. It seems like there's. I won't say there's a spark like there. This is me now. I don't think she's in love. I don't think she's in love with Javi. The way she was talking and some of this from the comments or whatever, I don't think that she's in love with Javi. I definitely heard like her even saying that she said yes because she felt like his feelings were going to be hurt. And really, it wasn't even that she was turning down his proposal. It was just more of a not right now. She's literally like, fine, like I'm engaged, but I'm not in no rush to plan a wedding, to be married, none of that. And I'm like, so she does end up having a conversation with him and telling him that, you know, I'm not in a rush to, to be married. I still think that, this can be the longest engagement as possible. Let's continue just to take our times. And he says he's cool with that. Javi's kind of hard to read. I feel like I did kind of, inkling of me felt like he was kind of just going with the flow and going with what she wanted, which made sense to what she said as far as like, so maybe because of rejection wouldn't allow him to express his truth or whatever, fear of being rejected. So it's just like, look, well, I'll just go with that. I'm cool with that too. And very well, he may be cool with that. I could be getting off the wrong signs. Like I said, he's kind of hard to read, but a part of me, after what she said, made me think that when like she sat down with him or whatnot. And then that insult to injury, she is going to get on Chris's podcast with him to talk about, I guess his podcast is about being a single dad and get a single mom's perspective. I'm with Brittany, period, point blank. You're already getting sued by Kaylin. Now you're going to go here and decide to get on his podcast with him. Now, in the past, Devon was on Kaylin's podcast. She sat pretty. She didn't say nothing. She had no reaction. Whatever. But let's be honest. Her getting on Chris's podcast, that is not going to sit quietly. Kaylin is not going to sit quiet and sit pretty about that. It's going to be some mess. And from the preview, it's going to be some mess. Okay? It's going to be... Y'all, alright. Brittany's like... Why? Like, apparently they talk here and there on Instagram, comment maybe on each other's stories, posts, whatever. He asked for her number, and then boom, that's how we now get to the podcast. And my only thing is, one, I don't trust Chris. I think Chris will do whatever to get under her skin, especially after now Kaylin's suing her. She dated Kaylin's ex. Like, I believe he will, to a degree. I think it's a level of messiness on his part because he knows how Kaylin is, and I think it's a messy. I think Brianna, whether she wants to admit it or not, it's been a little bit messy too because she knows like this, nothing good is going to come from this. This is going to do nothing but bring more drama. It's an instance where it's like you need to listen to your big sister because your big sister is trying to tell you something. I'm with Brittany. I'm totally with Brittany. Like this is going to start just even more mess. So boom. Talking about this darn lawsuit. Brianna is like just tripping. Like she over here suing me, y'all, for something we probably could have had a conversation about. So this is what happened. Apparently, she gets on social media and says, so y'all, I have some information. I have some information about Kaylin. And basically, Kaylin possibly didn't want to do Teen Mom anymore because she didn't want her arrest or certain parts of her personal life or her personal life in general on real life TV. It seemed like, though, mainly it was about the arrest. And mind you, I'm over here like, what? Kaylin got arrested? What did she get arrested for? Google, let's come on. Google had it right there, slap that thing. I had to click the article. You know, sometimes you Google stuff, they go ahead and give you the answer without even having to click on the article. They had it right there for me. That she basically, according to the article, she assaulted Chris, punched him with a closed hand fist, like they like all the details, like punched him several times or whatnot. She told the police it never got physical. Clearly, he must have told the police that it did for them to even say, oh, she punched him several times with a closed hand fist, whatever, about one of the boys' haircuts or whatever or whatnot. I feel like though I slightly remember a debacle about the haircut. But what I don't, and this happened in 2020, so this was 2 years ago now. I feel like I do kind of like remember that or whatever or whatnot, but I did not recall or remember there being a thing about her assaulting him and her getting arrested. So because she made comments to that about her not wanting to be on, you know, or putting certain stuff out or whatever or whatnot, Brianna makes comments about it, and boom, here comes a lawsuit for defamation of character. And Brianna's just sitting here like you're being a Karen. Like this is, but no, that's what she said. This is white privilege. You're being a Karen. Now, I won't go as far to say that Kaylin is a Karen and that she was being a Karen. But then again, when you sit here and you talk about like, nah, because I don't think it's not about race. It's not about race. It's most Karens is doing this stuff and it's making this basic. It's a black thing. It's specifically a black thing. And I don't, for one, I don't even think that Brianna's even black, okay? But nonetheless, she's a minority, so I'll let her have it. But I don't think it's that. So with that being said, that's why I don't think it's a Karen situation. But I very well believe that the clears go out here and use their, and I'm meaning this in no offense. So if you take it offensively, then that's on you. That ain't on me. Because if this is not you, this is not something that you do, then there's no reason for you to take it to the left or whatnot. Now, that's what I was saying. The clears quick with their privilege, and she felt like she was putting her privilege to out here as and boom, and here you starting up with some stupid stuff. It's stupid. It's stupid. I'm pretty sure you've gotten on here, probably even on your podcast, and talked about some of these other moms and might have said things that weren't true. But now because you're sick of it happening to you, Brianna gets the brunt end of it. And if you know, from me just talking about from the Team Mom reunion, following my Team Mom reunion recaps, I was never Team Brianna. Brianna drove me crazy almost as much as Kaylin did. With her, I do everything by myself. You don't have to do everything by yourself. You choose to, because I would have been put my baby daddies on child support. Well, no darn way Nova would have got as over old as she was, and I was just putting my baby daddy on child support. And then after seeing how Louise was doing, oh, I wouldn't have wasted any time. I wouldn't have wasted any time at all. And it's just to say, and I can speak on this, and I can speak on this because one, I've lived it, I did it, I gave both of mine. She dealing with that, so she did what she's supposed to do. She went on, she had to step out from work to handle the situation. Baby girl went on and got her lawyers, not one, but two, and went on and paid that retainer. Yes, come on, because you got the bag. Ain't had to waste no time, no payment plans, no nothing. Gonna give up that money for that retainer, and boom. Also, she tells Javi about the podcast or whatever or whatnot. He has, apparently because of her, her being in the public eye, he is a little bit jealous, might have a little bit of insecurities in regards to that. Understandable, but at the same time, it's kind of like you have to work on that, because that cannot like be the basis or the issue every time it's a thing or whatever. Like, this is what it is. This is my job. This is what I do. So she needs somebody who can handle that. Period. Point blank. When you're out there and you have that lifestyle like that, you need somebody who can handle that. And let's be honest, it can take a certain special kind of people. Everybody cannot handle that. Being in the spotlight when they aren't in the spotlight, when they aren't even in the spotlight. It's just their one person, their relationship. Now, granted, you will, because of a relationship with them to your degree, if that's what you want, end up in the spotlight, but you still aren't as big as they are. So it takes a lot, which I'm pretty sure. But She talks about him, possibly being jealous, whatever, whatever, whatever. Either way, when she's talking to Brittany about this podcast, going to the podcast, she talks about how basically the best friend is going with her and not Javi. Why not Javi? Because it seems like I'm just more comfortable with, why aren't you comfortable? You should be more comfortable with your fiance, not just your man, your fiance, the man that you basically told whether down the road or not that you're ready to that you want to get married to. You think the only reason why you want to get married to him is because I don't hear nothing for her as to why she wants to get married. She sees good attributes, da 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 da, but what is it for her that's like, I don't know. I think that's gonna be the thing. It makes me wonder, and even thinking about it, and maybe they were like keeping it secret, maybe because like it was they're taking it slow. Is that why she didn't even bring it up on the family reunion that she was engaged, or is something going to happen and change as the season goes on, right? So yeah, I found it very interesting that, especially because he has an insecurity, because he's a little bit insecure about it, and he's making little comments like, "Don't go and do nothing that's going to embarrass me or make me look stupid." Like, more reason why he should go with you. Why you taking your best friend? Like, it's just all just making so concerned as far as like, I don't know if she should have just accepted that engagement right now. Even if they're gonna have this hold this engagement for years down the line. I don't know. It sounds like you not even sure if you even want to be with him yet. You're not even in love with him yet. And I think at the same time, what it is that we we get wrapped up in what society says love should feel like, or what being in love or what being engaged should feel like. So while yes, I do feel like she should feel something about wanting to be engaged, or she was saying like as well, like, I don't know what love or being in love, she made some comment like that, like, feels like, but it doesn't seem like that she's in it. But at the same time, we don't need to get wrapped up in what society says we should feel, or what basically what love looks like, because that doesn't look like that for everybody. But I'd be wrong to sit here and say that I don't want to, I want to feel giddy about the man that I'm going to marry too. And then when he was telling me that he wants me to get married, I want to be feeling good, like putting my left hand out like for every reason, and doing spirit fingers so that people can see it. Like, I want that giggly, bubbly feeling that somebody wants to be with me for the rest of my life, and I want to be with them. I'm glad that not enough pick me kind of say that you chose me, because you could have chose anybody, but you chose me. You realized that I was the one that was the right, and because you, like, not even because you feel that way about me, but I want these same things with you as well. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure how, what that's going to look like. All right, y'all. And then that's lastly but not least, we got my girl Ashley, one of my faves. And remember, we picked up on where the end of last season, it literally ended with Ashley's graduation. Yo, these kids, they about to go with her dad, and she's all right, y'all. So Ashley, who was that? Ashley, where it left off. That's where I was at. Ashley was having her graduation. Bar was getting litty. The production had left at 9. They later found out that the police were called because of some gunshots, and basically Bar ended up getting arrested for shooting in the air, possibly shooting in the air, being stupid, just shooting a gun and shooting in the air or whatever or whatnot. So now they got to deal with that. So mind you, of course, he's already having to serve 15 days for the DUI situation, and then as well, it's a very well possibility. It's a very well possibility. It probably very well is. I don't even want to speak that, but it's just to say that Bar's a black man. He doing reckless stuff. He's already has a history, I think, possibly, or whatever or whatnot, as far as a record. And now this, they could possibly pick this up now too and add that to. I don't know if they can add it, but either way, he could still get charged for now that crime that was committed there that he got arrested for. So it's all the while at the same time they went and decided to go get married. They decided to go get married and just do the paper time to just regular paperwork at the courthouse. One, because COVID, and two, because of course they were trying to figure out how they were even going to bring their families together for this wedding. And because nobody can get along, well, this is just how we're going to do things. We're going to go to the courthouse and get married, and plus we don't know when we're ever going to be actually able to have an official wedding, so we're just going to go ahead and go to the courthouse. So cool. But ever since getting married, things have not been good. So dealing with his arrest and his criminal record stuff, and then relationship wise, it haven't been good. He's, again, she kind of like has the same issue with him that Ashley has, that Jade has with Sean. There's no motivation. He starts stuff and then doesn't finish. He did get his GED and he started taking classes, for college, and then he ended up forgetting about his midterm and of course failed, and then I guess ended up flunking out for the time being or whatever or whatnot. And Ashley wants more. She's having the same conversations with him about wanting more, what she expects, how they're not good. And then I'm like, I'm still trying to figure out how we even got here. Like, it's that bad that she was basically talking about, like, one of us has to move out, one of us has to go, because there's nothing happening here, nothing is going anywhere here. And I feel like, for the, I guess, the detriment of them both, one of them has to leave. And she's mad because I guess he allowed it to get this far. He allowed it to get this bad to the point where now she feels like these decisions have to be made. She hurt. And that was the basis of a lot of their stuff on Family Reunion, was what her expectations were once they got married. Them not getting that. She's not getting the romance that she wants. Bar is not motivated to do better for himself so that they both can be that power couple, just be a power couple and do better for, not even say that they want to be a power couple, but just to say that doing well for themselves, and then doing well for themselves, they both can give Holly all that they want to give her, or whatnot. And seeing the work that Bar did on Family Reunion made a whole lot of sense as to now that we're looking, at the past, because of the things, that the issues that he has and what he's going through, that he's not actually out loudly talking about, because it's all internal. And really, up until then, he probably didn't really understand any of it or whatever whatnot, or why he was the way he was, or why he was feeling the way he was, or why he couldn't stick with things, and he would get sidetracked to never, like, to get folk, like, it. Because I know of the work that they did, I really am hoping, like, okay, fine, I'll sit here and watch them go through their struggle. But on the other end, I am hoping that's like a big concern, is were they going to be able to still come home after that family union and getting those sessions with Coach B? Are they going to be able to apply that now presently? Because going and talking to her, that was the easy part. The hard part is applying those things daily, choosing to apply those things daily in your relationship and on a regular basis. So I'm not even going to like stay even too much on that, because we are like to up to almost an hour on this recap, and I did not even think that it was going to take this long. But it's the first episode. At the same time, a lot's been going on as well, connecting it back with Family Reunion. Yeah, but I'm super excited. Kaylin is going to put out rumors that Brianna slept with Chris, and like, it was first, clearly it was more than that in the preview, but that is the main thing that kind of just stuck out greatly to me. Like, y'all, make sure y'all are here next week so we can talk and talk this tea about what is happening on Teen Mom 2. Please drop me some comments. Let me know your thoughts about the Teen Mom, this episode, what is to come. Hit that subscribe button and bang that bell so you can be notified when I drop the videos next week. Weekly, of course. So, y'all, I'll see y'all next time.